I'm so tired.
How's your body condition? Tell me about it. Wake up! You got this! Wake up! Stand up right now and do 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, this helps. Oh, this crap helps. Ooh, okay, 10-minute break.
Welcome to IRL, sponsored by HTC, a podcast about immersion, realities, life, and everything in between.
As we both work in tech, we thought it'd be a good idea to break down how tech has evolved throughout our lives. My name is Matthew.
And my name's Xanthia.
So, should we jump into this week's Tech Bite?
Yes.
Basically, a little segment where we share what technology we've discovered or started using this week.
Do you want to go first?
No, sure. So, it's a good one this week. It's a life hack, kind of.
Okay.
So, do you know sometimes you might have multiple Apple devices, you know? Hey, if HTC made computers, we'd be using them, but we're using Macs instead. But you know, sometimes you have a few Apple devices. Mm-hmm. Let's say you're on your laptop, right? And then you copy and paste something, right? Or you want to copy and paste something on your phone, right? Are you ready for this?
Okay.
You can drag it on your computer and then press copy, right? And when you press copy, you can go to your phone and press paste. And then it copies it from your laptop to your phone. You knew that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think a lot of people knew that because I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool, right? Okay, one more.
No, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool.
Because like I think Apple does this really well, where they like kind of simplify things. Like they do the simple really well.
They make it very convenient.
Yes, right. Like this is such a small feature, but honestly, it kind of changed the way I use like this technology. Mm-hmm. Right? The other thing is, you know, on your iPhone, there's a little app on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Right. If you press it twice, you can set this on your phone, but it's like a shortcut. So if you set it to like camera, if you press it twice, bam, just tap it twice, it'll like jump to your camera app.
What if I have a phone case?
Some phone cases still work. It's a little bit shoddy because I have a phone case on, so sometimes it's not as intuitive. But like 2 taps, and it can be like a shortcut, like either screenshot or like, you know, switch to the camera or whatever. Did you know that?
Do I have to tap the logo or just the back of the phone?
I don't know. I tapped the logo, like the Apple logo. Bam, right on there. Mm-hmm. You knew that? You didn't know that. Okay. But hey, if you don't know that, that's changed my life.
Wait, did you know that for the calculator app, like you can change one of the functions to convert currency conversion?
What do you? In the app?
Yeah, like the calculator app that was
how do you do that?
Created by Apple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you go to the setting. There's like a setting, and then you press convert, and then you can choose what currency you want to convert.
Oh, so it comes out like 2 numbers. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. I have to download like the currency converter app whenever I go overseas, but
yeah, they made it really convenient.
Okay, because you probably travel a lot, right?
Yeah. Why are we promoting Apple?
No, we're not. This is just the Tech Bite, you know? Like, there's something that I discovered this week.
Okay.
You know? Hey, Apple, you suck. Stop listening to me with Siri and stuff and then my AirPods. Give me my $5. All right. What's your Tech Bite?
So I actually brought my Tech Bite to share with everyone.
Ooh, what is that? Earphones?
No.
Whoa. Like a GoPro?
Very similar. It's the size of a GoPro, but what makes it really cool is the camera. You can take it off and stick it.
So it records from the actual camera thing, right?
Yeah, and then you can see.
So what is this for? Just to see what you're filming?
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's say you're traveling and you want like a photo, you don't have a tripod or whatever, you can find like a pole. Right?
Yeah.
And then just,
like a magnetic, anything.
Yeah, it has to be magnetic though, yeah. And you can stick it on.
Because whenever I have to take like, you know, like a group photo or something, you don't want anyone to be left out.
Yeah.
You have to like find a drink or anything or something, and then like
Yeah,
balance your phone.
But then your
right
phone
on
might
there.
like fall off or something.
Yeah,
and crack
yeah,
your
yeah.
screen. Yeah, like this is really convenient for people like vloggers.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say they don't want to carry like a hefty or like a big camera around. This is really convenient to just like vlog.
Oh.
Or you can wear like a it comes with like an accessory where you can wear like a necklace.
Oh, like a grandma phone hanger thing.
No, it's like no, not phone, but it's like a piece of like metal, and then you wear it and you can stick it. So you wear it
It's
inside.
a necklace, right?
It's a necklace.
Yeah.
So you wear it inside and you put the camera here. It's like a
Oh,
PO.
on the inside.
On the inside.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
That's
it'll
cool.
be like this.
Mm.
You can film like a POV.
I thought it
kind
was
of.
one of those like phone necklaces where you like can have your phone hanging.
No.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wait, but what if you lose that though?
Well, don't.
That's fair.
But it is very similar to a GoPro, and you can flip the screen.
That's really cool.
Very portable.
What brand is it?
Insta360.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
So do you use it a lot?
not
Oh.
really. I feel like it's because I don't film a lot. I take
Mm-hmm.
more pictures rather than filming.
But no, I could see that being really good for like traveling on the go, right?
For traveling, for vlogging,
Mm-hmm.
for making like videos.
Yeah, short videos.
This is also like very useful to film like short content videos
Mhm.
for like TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. Which brings me to our topic today.
What's our topic today?
Social media.
Social media. Ooh.
But I want to talk more specifically about short form content,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
such as like TikTok, and we have like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know. Do you go on them? Like, do you look at them?
I sometimes use TikTok. TikTok has been a little bit, it's been replaced by YouTube Shorts because I think the algorithm's getting better. So I'm like a really big fan of YouTube Shorts now because when I swipe, it's honestly everything that I want to look at. Because sometimes like I'm on YouTube, you watch a long video, you watch 8 long videos and it's like 3 a.m., right? And then you kind of want to finish off the night with some shorties.
Yeah,
So you can just scroll and then you scroll for another hour, right?
yeah. But
So,
I don't
yeah.
know if you remember an app called Vine. This was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, Vine.
yeah, that was like the early short, like the original like short form content.
They revolutionized it, I would say.
But it was sad that they died. Like the app failed,
Mhm.
right? Like I never
yeah.
used Vine before though. But like it was crazy how like it was popular for a year, I think, or less than a
I
year.
think for a little bit more, because I remember when I was a kid, I remember being on YouTube and a lot of when Vine was kicking off, some of the content creators on YouTube were moving towards making like Vines, because back then it wasn't like oh, make a TikTok, it was like make a Vine, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they would go on to become Vine content creators,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool.
But it was funny that I watched Vine on YouTube, like the Vine
compilations, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
compilation
yeah.
videos. Yeah, I never downloaded Vine, but that was the original like short form content.
Mhm.
And then came Musically, which was then acquired by TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think TikTok blew up during COVID, right? During
Mhm.
COVID. And then YouTube and Instagram joined.
Reels, right?
The
I think,
copycat effect.
I mean, Instagram copies everything. Like, like the stories,
The
the
story,
Snapchat
Snapchat.
stories, and like the, shorts, it turns into reels.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, but they tried to do like Instagram TV, right? It failed. I don't know if you remember this.
I think I remember this, like the more live streamy stuff, right?
Live streaming and like longer
Yeah.
content. Like they were trying to copy YouTube.
Oh, what happened there?
I think people just didn't like it because it was just more of a picture-based
Mhm.
platform, right? It's like if YouTube changes from video to picture-based, then you're just like, what's going on, right?
Yeah, and also I feel like Instagram belongs on the phone. Like, have you used Instagram on the laptop? It looks weird. And like, I feel like with videos, not everyone watches videos on the phone, right? Like, I know some people that only like watching videos on the computer or like the laptop or like the iPad. But like, for me, Instagram is always a phone app. It belongs on the phone. It's supposed to be like short and sweet and like quick to use. So I think the idea of Instagram TV never really panned out for me because I don't want to watch long stuff.
Do you know why like short form content blew up? Or do you see the appeal to it?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's just that our attention spans are like going down, right? I think with technology, there's always a trend. For me, my opinion is that a technology always finds a direction and then they go for it. And I think with phones, it was getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it got so small they went big again. I think for social media content, it was getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Well, that's my answer. Is that right?
That's one of them, but I also think it's because it's more accessible. Because like not a lot of people have the time to watch like a very long video.
Yeah.
Like a 2-hour or like half an hour video.
For sure, yeah.
And then it's also like allows more people to create content, right? Because like movies, it requires like a whole team, like a producer, right? You need like a produce team, cameraman. You need like really professional like equipment. But with like short content form videos, you don't really need them.
It's easy. Exactly. Like
anyone. Need your phone.
Yeah, right. And I think anyone can be entertaining for like 30 seconds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it allows for more opportunities for content creators to kind of showcase their skills. Because if you want to like sit in front of a camera and be interesting for like 5 to 10 minutes, it's actually really hard without like professional editing skills, right?
Yeah, but then I think the downside of short form content is that, as you were saying, like we lose, like our attention span decreases. And like over the last 20 years, like researchers have found that our attention span is like overall like has decreased by like 20%.
Yeah.
And like you can't really blame it on social media. There's like a lot of different factors, right? But like social media is like one of them. And like I think with all these like short videos, they're not really helping, right? Because like the short videos, it allows you to have like instant like engagement. So like it leads to instant gratification, like your dopamine, the release of like dopamine, right? But like that's not necessarily good for you in the long run.
Yeah, I think it's like encouraging it, right? Like I don't know if you've experienced this, but I've been trying to go back to long form content, and it's kind of boring.
On YouTube?
Yeah. Like I've been struggling to. This is embarrassing to admit, but I've been struggling to stay focused. You know what I mean?
No, like I agree. Like what I do when I watch like long videos, I press the double tap
for 10 seconds.
Yeah. No, not the fast forward. It's to make it faster.
Like fast forwarding, right?
No, not fast forwarding.
Double speed.
Yeah. So I think you just press down on the right side of the screen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On YouTube, and then it would.
My attention span is so bad I double tap and it goes 10 seconds.
No, but then you miss out.
My attention span don't matter. I just keep on double tapping. It sucks.
I just speed up the video. I was like, okay, stop blabbering. Let me know what's going on. Yeah.
But I think, do you feel like your attention span has also gone down for, let's say, movies or like, like other forms of media?
Yes. So let's say I'm watching a movie at home on Netflix. Like even if it's something I like or a show I like, I would still end up like kind of checking my phone, maybe scroll for a bit.
Okay,
and then putting it down and continue to watch it.
Because for me, when I'm watching like movies or TV shows, I'm the opposite. Like I'm still like very much focused. Like I like to see like the like the plot line, the relationship between these characters. I have a friend that I was asking them like, oh, like how do you binge watch? Like my friend binge watches these shows so fast. Like as soon as it comes out, the next day they're like done, right? I'm like, how? There's no way. And they're like, oh, I watch it on ×2 speed. Like what type of serial killer watches every show on ×2 speed? Or was that like more normal for you? Because that blew my mind. That
what if your friend is really busy? Like they don't have time to watch everything.
I think if they're busy, then just watch episode by episode. For me, I'm not judging, but personally, I feel like, for me at least, like if I'm really busy, then I'll just watch one episode a day. you know, because I feel like there's art in that. Like the director timed these shots like this,
like to appreciate the effort that was put in.
Because like, you know, sometimes it's like building tension. There's stuff like that. That's why, like, you know, I feel a certain way after episodes because the director made me feel that way, kind of. But like, I feel like if I'm watching at times 2 speed, that's kind of like saturating or like messing up what the show's meaning is.
Or you might miss some stuff.
Yeah. So I just don't, I didn't really understand why they do that. And I think it's kind of crazy, but hey, to each their own, right? Like they finish their shows fast. I still have a list of stuff I need to watch.
But I feel like, you know, it's understandable that with like modern days where we're also busy, like people don't really have that time to like watch everything, right? And then, you know, like a lot of shows have like cliffhangers.
Yeah. So
like, let's say I finished episode 1, but there's like a cliffhanger. I don't have time to watch episode 2, but I still want to know what happens, right? And then I feel like there's a lot of content creators out there where they summarize the movie for you.
Yeah.
Have you seen those before?
I refuse. I understand. I've seen those on like something in 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, like a movie in Twilight in 5 minutes, or like something in 5 minutes. Yeah, like not gonna lie, I kind of like those.
Yeah.
Because like someone be like, "Oh, have you seen this movie before?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I know. I know the plot."
Yeah.
I don't tell people that I've seen it, but like I know the plot.
I haven't seen it, but I know what happens.
The plot. Yeah.
But like, okay, here's something I want to talk to you about. You said something that's interesting. You said that like nowadays everyone's really busy, right? Is that really true? Like were the old people just really did the old people just have a lot of free time, or were their attention spans better?
I feel like,
you know what I mean?
I get where you're coming from, but I think the issue here is we have so many things distracting us right now.
Okay.
Like, not
You're
just
right.
like social media, like even people, TV, our environment, we're just surrounded by a lot of things. So I think that's one of the reasons why our attention span decreased over the years too.
No, for sure. I think there are a lot of factors, but I think at some point the past year, I realized that I blame a lot of things on, I've just been too busy or whatever, like stuff, so much going on as a young kid, you know. But like I was thinking, I don't know, I feel like my grandpa back in the old days, you know, I'm sure they were also doing stuff. They weren't just riding horses and like, you know, like listening to telegrams every day, right? I'm sure they had stuff to do. It's just I feel like maybe their attention span was better, or they had more patience, right? Like they would watch something on the TV and then tune in tomorrow. They're like, okay, you know. Like I feel like I think it's a mindset that has changed. Because for me, I'm very rushed these days. Like I'm on YouTube and I just want to know what happens. I'm watching this short. Sometimes I skip through shorts. You know, like a short, like a 40-second or like 30-second short. I think it's too long. Like I kind of skip through to see the end. Like I don't know. I'm kind of like I've kind of realized that it might be a me problem. I don't know.
Well, do you do like infinity scrolls, like doom scrolling?
Yeah.
Like at night, or like you just continue to scroll.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you remember this. Like back then when Facebook first came out, you couldn't really like doom scroll because like you could only see stuff your friends posted, right? Or pages that you follow. And then when you're done seeing the content, it stops.
Yeah, they introduced the news feed or something like that.
Yeah, and then same for Instagram too. Like I remember like just looking at Instagram, I was like, oh, my friends. Okay, we're done. Yeah. Now they have like, oh, suggested for you. Sponsored, you know, ads. And
my conspiracy tinfoil hat theory is that they introduce the news feed so they can push ads in there. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's because that's like the business model, though, right?
Yeah. Like originally it started off. So like, I started off on Facebook because everyone and their mothers had it. You know, I think for me, it was a way to connect with the older generation. Everyone was on it. Like the app was seamless because I could connect with my grandparents or my aunties. They could post their selfies of like them holding the phone like this, while I could see like, you know, my friends, right, post like young people stuff, or like, you know, and like tagging locations and stuff. And that's what I really appreciated about the Facebook app, because like, you know, like I could see all generations all in one app. And then the news feed came in, and then the memories, like their stories came in, and it's just like too much stuff. And I was like, everything is ads. It's all ads. It's all sponsored. It's all like, I don't know what to trust, you know, like I don't know what this is anymore, you know?
Like, I feel like for social media, there's always pros and cons to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it allows us to connect with friends, families that are like miles away. But I think this one thing that I don't like about social media is algorithms. So like, they tailor content to you, which at first seems good because you're like, oh, this is very interesting. I'm finding a lot of interesting stuff I like on Facebook, Instagram, right? But slowly it might control you without you realizing. Like, it might manipulate you in a sense that, you know, you want to turn the app off, but you see like another video of, I don't know, rabbits or whatever you like. And then you might even get into like a rabbit hole of like a story.
Rabbits.
No.
A rabbit hole of rabbits.
Yes, okay. But like a rabbit hole of like conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and there's this other issue about algorithm is that it creates the echo chamber effect. Have you heard of that?
No. What's that?
So it's basically when you're looking at the same content again and again, your perspective or your like understanding of a certain topics is limited to that. So it's bad in the sense that it creates like a propaganda, or it could create like an extreme idealist.
Fake news too.
Fake news. That's where fake news comes in. Yeah.
Literally where fake news
like
comes
there was a lot
in.
of issues during COVID, right? A lot of people were like, oh, like this is getting into like politics, but like gun violence or vaccines, what else? Like war.
I will say that during COVID, not just during, mostly during, it was amplified during COVID. I think people had nothing to do, so there was a lot of news, and whatever's right, whatever's wrong. It wasn't really explained, and these documents or these files or these news articles, they kept on getting shared, and that kind of promoted misinformation at times.
But I feel like that still happens even after COVID.
Yes.
Or even before COVID. I don't know if you heard, I don't want to go into too much detail about this, but the Myanmar like propaganda on Facebook, where like there was like a lot of negative like it was pro-military propaganda. It's like a really sad issue. But then, you know, like Facebook was blamed for it, right? Like, well, they're very responsible for like allowing these kind of content and promoting these content.
Yeah, there's just I think now what you were saying is like, I feel like our attention spans are going down, right? So it's harder for people to catch our attention, right? To catch our interest. It's hard for stuff to like actually go, oh, let me read into this. So I think that's where propaganda and misinformation come in, because misinformation, most of the time, it's more exciting, right? And then it kind of catches your eye, and then it makes you want to share. So I think, in a way, I do blame social media platforms for this, but in a way, more shares means more screen time for like more time on the platform, right? Yeah. Which means that kind of in a way that's good for them, so they weren't stopping misinformation.
Like social media platforms want you to stay on their app, so that you would look at more of their like ads and they get more money. Another thing about algorithm is that it has like ethical issues where, you know, I don't know if you know this, but on your laptop, do you turn your cookies off?
What's a cookie? Oh, like when you go on a website, they kind of ask you. Or I don't really know what they are, honestly. I always just say yes because I like cookies. What are they?
Like, I'm not sure the exact like details about like how they do this, but basically it tracks like your like where you've been on other websites, right? So let's say I was shopping on Zara, right? And then I was scrolling, I was looking at this like t-shirt or whatever, and I go on Instagram. A few seconds later, it's going to pop up as an ad on my Instagram feed. Like, I think that's another way of like a form of manipulation as well. Like,
it tracks your history or like
it traces
where you click and stuff.
Yeah. And another thing about like short content platforms is that, you know, like, so TikTok blew up first, right, with the short videos. So Instagram and YouTube are trying to follow them, right? But in order to get more views on YouTube and Instagram, you can't just download your video from TikTok. Well, you can, but then if you try to upload them onto Instagram or YouTube, you won't get much likes or views.
Yeah.
But if you create your content on Instagram instead of TikTok, then you would get more views on Instagram. But if you download the video you create on Instagram to TikTok, you won't get a lot of views.
Yeah, which kind of defeats the purpose of social media, eh? Like, social media is supposed to connect everyone, and like I that's what I think, at least. Like that's why I first downloaded Facebook, right? It's to kind of connect with people. And I feel like back then, with, you know, whatever social media app you used, albeit Twitter, whatever, like you could still like send links and stuff. And I just felt like it was more like seamless. Like I just felt like no matter what app you use, it was a little bit more connected, right? Like nowadays, like you said, like it feels like the social media apps are all working against each other.
Well, it's understandable though, right? Because they're competing.
It is and it isn't. Like I feel like you should compete the right way. You shouldn't compete by limiting us as a consumer's abilities or the stuff that we can use on these platforms. I think you should compete by just simply being better, right? That's my opinion.
Like I hate how you have to like play by their rules. Like each app has their own rule, and you have to play by their rules, or else you won't be able to, you know, get more views or more likes.
For sure.
And like there's a lot of Instagram accounts like, oh, how to get more likes, or TikTok hacks on how to like get 1 million views in one night, or grow your TikTok account. Like it's not authentic anymore. It's like you have to play a game. I
feel like social media has become a business, and people are trying to hack the business, like kind of growth hacking, right? That's how growth hacking came to be, which, you know, whatever you may think, I think that's kind of why I've actually stopped using social media. Like I used to be first in line to any like social media app, you know. From, you know, like Be Real, I was like one of the first ones on there. Threads, like I was bang on, like first on there. And then I realized like these apps are so inauthentic. People are just trying to say outlandish things and whatever. So now the only one I use is just Reddit.
Like I also feel like a lot of like social media was for connection, right? To like connect with people. But I feel like nowadays it's to see who gets more likes, who gets more views, like people are wanting to become influencers, like content creators. Like it becomes like a very business environment. Yeah,
I would say that I think likes started off as a reward system. Like, hey, if you make good content, you get more likes. It's kind of like a star, you know, as a kindergarten kid, you get a star. Yes, got a star. But I think now it became like, I mean, it's monetized now, right? So like likes isn't just purely just like, oh, a little dopamine. It's like, oh, like I need this, you know, like I need this for money, or I need this for whatever, like I want to gain traction or whatever. So that's what I have realized that it's become less authentic, right?
Yeah. And then I feel like a lot of times, you know, like trends are changing faster and faster. Let's say this was like a music or a song or like a dance was like trending this week, and it's completely forgotten or changed by next week, or maybe not even a week, maybe like within 2-3 days. And like people just forget about it.
Attention spans, bro. And like just even it's funny because it is what I feel like. I feel like back then, let's go with dances, right? Like trends would stay for much longer. Not even back then, like I'm some grandpa, like, you know, like 3-4 years, 5-6 years ago, like any trend would stay for at least a little bit longer. But now I feel like every week there's a new dance, or every week there's a new hashtag, or every week there's a new whatever. And for me, it's a little bit too much.
I don't know if you remember the YouTube rewinds.
Yeah, they were cool.
Like, I remember watching them, be like, oh yeah, I remember this trend. But then I think they stopped making them, right?
Because there's too many trends.
And then there's this one year, I think the last video they made, I was like, wait, that was this year? Like, I felt like it was 2 years ago, or like even longer. Like, I was like, the song is from this year, or like I thought it was from last year or something like that.
Yeah, those YouTube rewinds always meant so much to me because, you know, when I was on these platforms a lot, bam, like I could recognize most of these, right? And it's like, oh, remember that. But now it's like, there will be too many, right?
I feel like short form content still has like its benefits, right? Like, I feel like we've been just talking about more of the negative things, but I think we should talk about how, like, you know, it's useful in the sense that you can learn a lot of things in a short video. Like, you know, a lot of people will tell a story or tell you some life hacks, you know, and then you can learn something really fast every day.
Yeah. I think the medium of short form content is good. I just don't like the platforms behind it because I don't think they're doing too great. But like I feel like you feel the same way. So have you heard of like the Fediverse? Do you know much about that?
No.
Okay, so do you know what Mastodon is?
No.
Okay. So essentially what's going on right now is that, well, it's been going on forever, but like, you know how sometimes you like, you know, let's say we're having a conversation about like, oh, I really want some, you know, bacon flavored gummy bears, right? And then you like go on your phone and then, oh, got an ad for bacon flavored gummy bears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're listening, and what's going on is these like Facebook, they're like stealing your information.
They're listening to us.
They're listening,
right?
And then they're looking through your messages, and they're just things aren't as clear as they used to be, right? Back then was your messages were your messages, whatever, and then now through marketing, now through online shopping, all of this stuff, every little bit of information matters, and Facebook has been caught like kind of violating our privacy. Not just Facebook, any app, you know. So especially Twitter, also with the after Elon Musk bought it and like changed it to X. The moderation has been a little bit biased. Like, you know, like they can censor people if we're not talking, like if we're not speaking what they want us to speak. So there is, this has been started way before that, but this was kind of influenced in a snowball effect by Twitter. And what's going on is there's this federation, or like the Fediverse, which is basically a social media world where you can have your own rules but still connect with other people.
Is it a platform?
No, it's a series of platforms. So I think the best way to explain it would kind of be like email. You know, like let's say right now I have a Gmail account and you have a Hotmail account, right? But I can still send messages to you.
Yeah.
And you can still send whatever you want to me.
Yes.
So the sending and receiving still works.
Yeah.
So what happens is there's a language. Let's call it a language. It's called ActivityPub, right? There's a language that all of these social media platforms run by, right? And so you can be on your platform and I can be on my platform. And your platform has your rules and my platform has my rules, but we can still connect with each other, right? That way, it's not just... That way, our information isn't just stolen or controlled by Facebook or Meta, right? It can be controlled by no one, right? Because it's your information.
But how isn't that different from like Instagram or TikTok, where I want to share a picture and I want you to be able to see it and like it? Will you be able to see it and like it?
Yeah. I'm able to see it and like it on my platform, because right now the issue is, let's say you're on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
I really want to see your content. I really want to see you whiplash on TikTok, right? But the country that I'm in, we don't allow TikTok. Or, but TikTok steals my information. I don't want to be on this app. This app sucks. But how do I see your content, right? The issue is that way that these corporations, they have too much power because we have to play by your rules. In order to see your content, I have to be on your app.
Then how does it work? Like, I'm still a little confused. Like, let's say you're on your app, I'm on my app.
We share a news feed. It's essentially no matter how you, whatever app you use, whatever, but these social medias, they all run on the same language essentially.
So like I can see stuff from YouTube, from Instagram, from Facebook, all on this
all on this news feed. So you have a news feed that's your app only, right? Like, you know, let's say Mastodon. Mastodon is basically like Twitter.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. You can see your stuff. But there's also a full news feed where you can see also your friends from other apps.
Do they have algorithms to curate your news feed?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Because I think if they do, then it kind of defeats the purpose, right?
This algorithm question is very interesting. They do, but then now there's arguments because the Fediverse is supposed to be free, right? It's free from all of the bad stuff.
But who's owning Fediverse?
The public. No one owns it. Sure, these small companies, not small, but these companies own these social media platforms, right? But all of these social media companies agreed to connect together and create the Fediverse. It's called the Fediverse. It's like a universe, a federated universe, right? Yeah.
So it's controlled by different people, like different companies.
Yeah.
All together.
But they don't control the
newsfeed.
They don't control the entire community. They control their community.
Does the government control it?
No. It's just bridged together by because they use the same like kind of language, so everything can be connected. And obviously there are ethical concerns about privacy, right? But that's something that is in the hands of their own respective communities or their own respective platforms, right? Like platforms should still be able to censor the stuff that they need to censor. But it's just, it stops all of this because now, like, I don't know. I don't really want to be on Facebook. I hate Facebook. When's the last time you opened the Facebook app and like looked at actual stuff, you know? But I love the Messenger app because I can message whoever I want. I can message my friends, these friends that I've connected with from day one of, you know, like from the first day of Facebook to now. Right. But I hate the app. I hate what they stand for. So what do I do? And this is the Fediverse is kind of the solution to this.
So is it available right now?
It is available.
So is Facebook on it?
No. So Facebook is not on it.
Like what apps are on it?
Mastodon, Threads is on it.
Okay.
Mastodon is basically it's kind of the replacement for Twitter because Twitter's or X, sorry, because X sucks. But Mastodon is on there. Threads. I think Blue Sky is on there, or Blue Sky might have their own language. I'm not too sure. So obviously,
what about Reddit?
Reddit isn't on there, okay. But Fediverse is. Yeah, but read more about the Fediverse. I'll link my article down below.
Wait, but how do I get to Fediverse? Is it like a website, like Fediverse.com or something?
No, it's just you don't really think about there is a website, but you don't really think about the Fediverse as a website, as a platform.
No, but just how do I access the news feed?
So just focus on your app. So let's say you're using Mastodon, right? Okay. So just download that and then have an account for there, and then you can connect with people on the app from different platforms in the Fediverse.
Sorry, I'm still a little confused. Let's say I'm on Threads because I use Threads, and I'm scrolling, and I want to connect with, I don't know, like Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Okay. How?
Just type in their username.
Oh, and I'll find them in Threads, and I can just chat with them.
Actually, I think Threads is. I don't know if Threads is completely there yet, but when they were introducing Threads as an app, the big thing was that they were going to integrate with the Fediverse. So we can check that actually. But yes, so it's exactly what you're saying. Let's say let's not use Fediverse. I mean, let's not use Threads because I don't know. I don't use that shit anymore. But like, let's say I'm on Mastodon, right? And I'm like, oh, I want to look up 𝐓𝐢𝐤𝐸85 on another app. I just type in your username and what app you're on, I think. And then I can connect with you and see what the stuff that you're posting. That way, you know, I'm not limited to my app. You know,
I see. But let's say I post something on the other app and you're on Mastodon. You won't be able to see it unless you actively search for me.
Well, that's the newsfeed, right? I'm sure I don't use it, but I'm sure there's a newsfeed for other apps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is very interesting. It's my first time hearing this.
Yeah. It's So I think that this is actually something that I kind of wanted to talk about, which is like, I feel like social media goes through trends, right?
Yeah.
So back then, the grandpas, they used MySpace. And MySpace was really good because of customization, right? You could customize, you could add your like your favorite music onto your profile. You could change the colors of your profile. So it's very customized, I think. And then Facebook got really big because of the connection part, right? And then Snapchat got really big because of like the quick pictures.
Yeah, and then it's gone forever.
Right. I think my prediction is that not a prediction. There are apps that are coming out, which is we're going through audio. We're going through an audio phase, like kind of like Clubhouse, right, where you can kind of share.
But Clubhouse died really fast.
Yeah, Clubhouse died really fast, but Clubhouse, the idea of it really took the world by storm because people see a need for audio, and Clubhouse was kind of replaced by like the Twitter one. Like you can go on Twitter and do the Twitter conversations and stuff. And also there are like a few of these apps now. Kind of like they're like walkie-talkie apps, like AirChat and 1010. So these apps are essentially. Have you ever like messaged someone, like let's say we're texting or whatever, and then you're asking me, oh, what was that drama with like Cassandra? What did she do? I don't want to text you a full story about Cassandra, so I kind of do a voice chat, like a voice memo. Oh, so you know what Cassandra did? Wow, I'll tell you what she did. And then, like it's like a kind of like a walkie-talkie kind of thing. Like, so now I feel like the technology or social media is shifting towards audio.
No, I can see that because like I feel like podcasts grew like more and more people are filming podcasts because like during commute, after COVID, people long commute, you can't really watch videos, right? So they listen to podcasts, people talking. Yeah, I can see that. But I think I want to go back to the Fediverse thing because like I think that's such a great idea to like link all these like social media platforms. But another issue would be like, isn't it a little overwhelming to consume so many like information or content from different platforms?
100%. So that's why you can also censor people on the Fediverse. Not censor people as in like stop talking, but you kind of choose your news feed, right? Like whatever you want to see. Like
curate your own news feed.
Curate your own.
So not by algorithm. You curate yourself. But what if I have no idea what I want? Because I think that's
I don't know what I want either.
No, but that's the thing with like TikTok, right? Like let's say you just downloaded TikTok and you're just like, oh, what's going on TikTok? Yeah. And then you start finding funny videos, you like them, right? And then TikTok starts promoting something similar, funny videos or, thrillers or mysteries. So you start like using them more and more because it's curated for you. And, it creates something that it thinks you like. But then with Fediverse, if I have to curate myself, what if I don't know what I want to see on this platform?
Well, ultimately, I think this is why it takes time. Like I think of Fediverse. I've only used it for a little bit, but I think of it as kind of like Reddit, right? Where there are subreddits. You follow the subreddits you want to, which is honestly, I think that's what social media is supposed to be. Back then on Facebook, you could like a page and then you would get their feed. Right? It would show up in your newsfeed, and I think that's what it is essentially. Like if you really like swimming, then you subscribe to the swimming stuff. Obviously, if you don't know what you want, that's the negative, right? Like if you don't want to be controlled by the algorithm, you should control yourself, right? You can't get the best of both worlds, right? Like you can't be led on by the algorithm and also have freedom or whatever.
Yeah.
There was like some drama going on with like I don't know how to put this politically. Like okay, fine. Basically, there were some racist people, and the racist people were posting very racist messages. And it's not even about like a matter of what you believe in. They're just purely like a hate group. They had their own platform, right?
They created their own platform.
They had their own platform that was like very hate speech oriented. So then that's like, well, they're practicing free speech. This is why the Fediverse was created, so people could have their own voices. Larry, you can believe in whatever you want, and me, Mark, I can believe in whatever I want, and we can interact with the people we want, and you can interact with the people you want. That's kind of what the Fediverse meant. So there was some drama there, like, oh, what do we do with these assholes? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wait, so no, sorry. That was a little confusing. You said with Fediverse, you can just hang out with people you want.
Yeah.
But then that leads to the echo chamber effect, where you just hang out with people with the same idea as you.
Mm-hmm.
But then your perspective is narrow-minded because you're limiting yourself to only that perspective.
So it's up to you, right? So you can't be led by the algorithm to kind of stray out of your community or whatever. It's up to you to like stray out of your community, right? Because ultimately, for me, what I use, I don't know how you use social media or how other people use social media, but for me, I don't use it for news. I don't use it for discussions or whatever. I use it to connect with my friends and whatever they believe in. Hey, shoot some articles about, sorry, I'm trying to be not political. Shoot some articles about shooting. Like let me know, right? But I think it's up to me, a user of this social platform, to be able to make my own decisions and do my own research. I don't think social media will ever fix stupid people. It'll just amplify stupid people's voice.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow, this episode got really, really deep.
Deep.
To lighten things up a little bit, I love those AR filters.
Oh, you mean like on Snapchat or Instagram?
Yeah, those because I really do think that AR is the future. I love like those AR filters on TikTok, right?
Oh, or you can play the games.
Yeah, there's this pronunciation one where you try and pronounce really hard English words, and it's like it's kind of like you gotta fit through the hole.
The shape.
Yeah, the shape, right? So you have to like sound it out perfectly or whatever. And I love like AR filters like that, and also like the one where it's like a game where it's like a platformer, and then to make the bird fly you have to shout ah,
yeah.
Like I think AR is such a creative such a creative way to kind of encourage new games or new ideas or whatever. Like I really love AR filters.
Like it's a creative way for people to create content.
Yeah, right. Because ultimately if you film a video here, like I don't want to be here. I don't want people to see that I'm here. I want people to see that I'm like out in the world. And I think these AR filters can kind of change or augment the world around you or the world behind you as a content creator. And I think it's really cool. Having a good time with those. Yeah,
there's this was it AR filter? Is this filter, I guess? That was, how back then if you had like a filter on your face, like a dog nose or what, and then if you put your hand in front of the camera, like it would go off, right? As in like it wouldn't be on your face anymore.
Oh, okay.
Right? But filters are so good right now that even if you like do this,
yeah,
it's still on your face.
Perfectly on your face, right?
You can't tell that it's a filter at all.
Which is scary, right? I saw a lot of videos. Of sorry. This is gonna get a little. I saw a lot of videos of these like influencers, especially in Asia. These like Chinese influencer girls that are like really
streamers,
pretty,
right?
Yeah. And then the filter loses their face, and then they're like
completely
different people.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious. But like I think that's also. I think it's a little bit of an ethical concern because like right now like you can be catfished by these, like anyone can look like a content creator or whatever, which is good. It gives people like an even playing field or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it is scary because these filters follow everything now. Like I sometimes try and like lie to them and like kind of like like look away.
Yeah, but they're still on your face.
As soon as I come back, it's like a seamless transition. So cool. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about with social media?
Not really, but I'm just curious, are you interested in creating short form contents?
I think deep down, yes. Yes, I am. But I think short form content pisses me off. Because it's too short and people are kind of cringe because like I feel like you only have 30 seconds to or whatever to like steal the spotlight. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people are very extra, like
well, that's the way to capture the attention, right?
And I think it's a little cheap. Like anyone can be interesting for 30 seconds, right? Right?
Let's make that into
like that's literally gonna go that I hope it goes viral. But like, I just think it's kind of cheap. I think it's cheap. Short form content is very cool, and I love scrolling through it. But like, there's just so many that's like, ugh, you're embarrassing yourself, you know. And I'm scared to fall into that kind of category. So I love short form content. I really want to make short form content, but I think I'm still curating my voice to not sound as cringe or like as whatever.
Well, I feel like short form content has its pros and cons, right? And there's no right answer for this. But right now, that's just like
that's what it is.
It is right now. And we just have to accept.
Yeah. I mean, it'll come and go. Trends come and go. I'm sure something else will happen. But yeah.
Do you think, I don't know, 10-second videos? 5-second videos?
What about them?
Or like, what's the next form of content?
Ooh, that's a good. Well, I know that because I work in marketing, I know that content is actually moving towards long form content.
Yeah.
Now. So it's going back.
Yeah.
Back in that direction,
I realize that
which
too.
I like, and so I think the next step is just actually going back to long form videos because, you know, that I think okay, this is my prediction. It's gonna be long form, but it's gonna be packed full of information. And the information is going to be too packed. Like, there's going to be too much that people are going to like long form videos with a little bit less information, which goes back to the original form of like YouTube videos. So I think it's just like checks and balances. They're going to go back to being, the norm is going to be decided. And I think it's just going to be 5-minute videos. I think 5-minute videos would be the sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like, I think TikTok went from 30 seconds to 1 minute, and they increased it to like 10 minutes.
Oh, it's like no. Don't quote me on this. I think it's like 20-something minutes now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's like really long
up.
now. So we're just going straight back, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, this one got a little bit heavy, but yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments about social media and short form content, long form content, and also whatever else you want to hear us talk about, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.